Hi, I'm Reagan from the CTICC. Today I will be preparing a dish for you guys inspired by our heritage, mainly containing buchu, cheese, and also waterblommetjies, indigenous to Cape Town. So now we'll be preparing our farm-grazed red meat, our favorite herb, our buchu. Ensure that all the meat sides is coated very well. Cut them in half through the grain. Ensure that you use a nice hot pan to get the brown color. And ensure that it's searing. So now we are just sealing the meat itself. Desired temperature would be medium to medium well, not well done. If it's well done, you might as well just bury it. This is your color you would acquire. Now, once it's been seared, let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes, ensuring that no blood drips on your plate. So we are trying to get even 4 sides. A teaspoon of dhania, a teaspoon of cumin, and then a teaspoon of garam masala. Then also a half a teaspoon of paprika. We need to cook through the spices. We will add a quarter piece of ginger. And then I've brought in my secret ingredient, and that is fresh turmeric. Adding some coconut cream. One thing we don't want is raw spices in your curries. Now it's time for our potatoes. And you bring your sauce to a boil. Once your sauce is being brought to a boil, you can add in your water. As your sauce is cooking with the potatoes inside, ensure that you cut a small piece of parchment paper in a square. You'll cut it open a small bit so that the steam can escape, and you'll lay that on top of your potato and sauce. Excess steam doesn't leave the pot itself. No? Okay. So waterblommetjie derives from an aquatic family. It's indigenous to Cape Town. Add in your oil, just heat that up a bit. Star anise, 1. Cinnamon clove, coriander, garam masala, and a bit of paprika. So we would just add a little bit of heat, not to burn the spices itself, but to simmer into the oils. Then we've got our onions into slices to allow them to saute and to brown up a bit. So we've got our brunoise tomato, and the seeds won't be needed of the tomato itself. Go lengthwise and even squares. It's the size of cube that you would want. So once the onions are nice and translucent, you are more than welcome to add in your tomato. The reason why we have time management within the cooking process is so that the one vegetable item doesn't cook away, or that we would actually have to see it at the end result itself. Okay, we ready? So next up, we've got our waterblommetjies. So usually, people say that you have to dissect them properly. I say no. Just cut them in nice long strands, lengthwise. Got a purple inside, beautiful color. It gives gorgeous texture, and it gives depth to the dish itself. To add a little bit more heat, we are going to add in a small baby chili. So now we're about to remove the seeds of the chili. Because it's a marmalade, closer to being a jam, we don't have to chop up everything as it needs to be whole. Followed by that, you would add in your sugar. So a marmalade is a thicker consistency than a jam itself. Quarter cup of rice wine vinegar. You can reduce your heat and then slowly simmer. So while it simmers, ensure that it reduces but not caramelize too much. The consistency should be a bit sticky, but not burnt. So keep an eye on it while it's simmering, and your end result needs to be the consistency of a jam-like. So now we've got our waterblommetjie marmalade. Just half a tablespoon of that. We've got our charred broccoli florets. This has just been charred in a hot pan. And that will be placed over there within the symmetrics of the dish itself. Then we will be going with our cauliflower florets, so that we are playing around with textures, playing around with flavors. Main flavor in the dish is buchu and rooibos, and then our secret or our indigenous ingredient is our waterblommetjie. Then we will do our turmeric twill. Just a burst of freshness. And the recipe will be attached. And here's the final dish, inspired by South African cultural diversity with flavors of fynbos, cheese, and also people for Ubuntu. Happy Heritage Day, South Africa.